Hi, I'm Miss Huffman.
And I'm Miss B.
Let's read about holidays together.
Like and subscribe. Today, we will be reading K is for Kwanzaa, a Kwanzaa alphabet book. K is for Kwanzaa, a Kwanzaa alphabet book by Juwanda G. Ford and Ken Wilson Max. Now, before we begin reading, we're going to go ahead and learn a little bit about Kwanzaa and where it comes from. So, Kwanzaa, pronounced Kwanzaa, is a non-religious holiday that honors African American people and their heritage. Everyone can join in the Kwanzaa celebration, which lasts for 7 days from December 26th until January 1st. Kwanzaa was started in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Karenga, an African American teacher. He wanted to help African Americans learn about their African history, culture, and customs. Dr. Karenga took the name for the holiday from the Swahili word Kwanzaa, which means the first fruits of the harvest. The extra A was added so that the name would have 7 letters to match the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. First harvest, when crops are gathered, it is a time of great celebration in many regions of Africa. Like first harvest, Kwanzaa is an exciting and joyful occasion. So, let's celebrate Kwanzaa together from A to Z. Now that we know a little bit about where Kwanzaa comes from, let's talk about the 7 Kwanzaa principles. Now, Miss Huffman,
yes.
Would you like to practice some Swahili with me?
Of course.
Maybe you can practice too. We'll break down each word and you'll just repeat after me. So follow Miss Huffman. So the 7 principles of Kwanzaa are called N, Gu, Zo, Sa, Ba. Let's see if we can do it even faster. N, Gu, Zo, Sa, Ba. Good job. There is a different principle for each of the 7 days. The principles are used to guide us through the Kwanzaa celebration and to help us think about the meaning of Kwanzaa. Although these principles are studied during this holiday season, we can continue to practice them every day. Okay, so the first Kwanzaa principle is called Umoja, which is unity. Let's practice that. Mo, Ja. A little faster. Umoja. Good job. Umoja is celebrated on the first day of Kwanzaa. Unity means living together peacefully as a family and community. Now the second principle is Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. Let's try that. Ku, Ji, Cha, Gu, Li, Ah. Let's try it a little faster. Ku, Ji, Cha, Gu, Li, Ah. Good. Self-determination is deciding what we want and making goals for ourselves. This is practiced on the second day. The third principle is Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. Let's try that one together. Ji, Ma. A little faster. Ujima. Good. Ujima is celebrated on the third day. Ujima means working together as a community to solve problems and take care of our neighborhood. Now the fourth Kwanzaa principle is Ujamaa. Let's try that together. Ja, Ma. A little faster. Ujamaa. Good, which means cooperative economics. And so on the fourth day, Ujamaa is studied. This principle teaches the value of owning and operating our own businesses. Now the fifth principle is Nia, which means purpose. Want to try that one? Here we go. Ni, Ah. A little faster. Ni, Ah. Good job. So Nia is studied on the 5th day. A good purpose is to try to be the best that we can be and to help make our community great too. Now the sixth principle is kuumba, which means creativity. Let's try that one. Ku, ba.
Ba.
A little faster. Kuumba. Good. Kuumba is celebrated on the sixth day. Kuumba means making or doing something in our own unique way. And then the seventh and final principle of Kwanzaa is imani, which means faith. Let's try that one.
Ma.
Ni.
Ni.
A little faster. Imani. Good. On the seventh day of Kwanzaa, imani is practiced. We can show faith by believing in ourselves as well as in other people. All right, so now that you know the 7 Kwanzaa principles, let's go ahead and do Kwanzaa from A to Z. A is for Africa. Africa is the second largest continent. It has many countries. African Americans' ancestors came from Africa. Kwanzaa is a holiday that celebrates the rich heritage of Africa. B is for Bendera. The Bendera is the African American flag that is displayed during Kwanzaa. It has 3 colors. Black represents African American people, red symbolizes their struggles, and green stands for a happy future. C is for candle. A candle is a solid piece of wax with a string or wick inside that is burned to make light. Kwanzaa candles are called Mishuma Saba. They are the same colors as the Bendera. D is for dashiki. Dashiki is a loose-fitting shirt worn by people throughout Africa. Many African Americans wear dashikis during Kwanzaa to represent African pride. E is for embe. Embe is a mango, a fruit that grows in many parts of Africa. Mangoes are a part of some Kwanzaa dishes or are eaten alone as a sweet treat. F is for feast. A feast is a large meal shared by many people. On the last day of Kwanzaa, family and friends get together for a feast called Karamu. G is for gele. A gele is a long, narrow strip of cloth that African women and girls wear wrapped around their heads. Wearing a gele shows pride in African heritage. H is for harvest. A harvest is a ripened crop of fruits and vegetables that is gathered at the end of the growing season. Many African villages celebrate and give thanks for their harvest each year. Kwanzaa comes from the African harvest celebration. I is for indigo. Indigo is a blue powder made from the indigo plant. In many areas of Africa, it is mixed with water and used to dye cloth. To celebrate Kwanzaa, we can dye pieces of cloth to honor this custom. J is for jewelry. Ornaments such as bracelets, rings, earrings, and necklaces are jewelry. Made from precious gems and metals or beads, shells, and string, beautiful jewelry is an important part of dressing in many African cultures. Making simple bracelets or necklaces as Kwanzaa gifts is a way to practice creativity. Remember our word for creativity, Miss Huffman?
I might need a little help.
Of course. So, it is kuumba.
Kuumba.
A little faster. Kuumba. Good job. K is for Kwanzaa and also for kinara. The kinara is a wooden candle holder that holds the 7 Kwanzaa candles. The black candle is placed in the middle, the red candles to the left, and the green ones to the right. The black candle is lit on the first night of Kwanzaa. On each of the following nights, 1 or more candle is lit. First a red one, then a green one, then a red one, and so on. L is for lapa. A lapa is a broad piece of cloth that African women and girls wear wrapped around their bodies like a skirt. Lapas are popular African-style clothing worn at Kwanzaa time. M is for mkeka. Mkeka is a special mat that is set on the Kwanzaa table. The kinara and mazao, fruits and vegetables symbolizing the harvest, are placed on the mkika. N is for neighborhood. A neighborhood is a small part of the community that we live in. Kwanzaa teaches us to respect our neighborhood and to work together to make it a better place. O is for oware. Oware is an African game played with marbles or small stones. It is also called minkala. Playing games together is a fun way to show unity and cooperation during Kwanzaa. P is for plants. Plants grow in the earth from seeds. Some plants provide us with fruits and vegetables. After harvesting the crops in Africa, it is time to plant new seeds. At Kwanzaa time, plan a small garden, indoors or out, to welcome in the new year. Q is for quilt. A quilt is a bed cover stitched together from many small pieces of fabric. Create a Kwanzaa quilt with African fabrics and family items that have some special meaning. R is for raffia. Raffia is a fiber that comes from the leaves of certain African palm trees. Raffia is used to make masks or to weave baskets, bags, and mkika mats. S is for shakare. A shakare is a rhythm instrument made from a dry, hollow gourd that is strung with beads. It is played for African dances and ceremonies and at Kwanzaa celebrations. T is for tales. Tales are stories that can be true or make-believe. Reading or telling African tales such as Anasi stories is a popular Kwanzaa activity. U is for Ujamaa. Ujamaa is one of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. It means cooperative economics. At an Ujamaa market, we can buy African or African American products such as kente cloth, jewelry, and food. V is for vibonzi. Vibonzi is another word for muhindi, which are the dried ears of corn placed on the mkika. Corn is a very important Kwanzaa symbol. Corn represents children who are the future of a family. W is for water. Water is a clear natural liquid. It is a symbol of purity in many countries. During Kwanzaa, water is poured into the unity cup. The kikombe cha u moja, and everyone drinks a special toast to the ancestors. X is for xylophone. A xylophone is a musical instrument with bars that are stuck to make sounds. Some xylophones are made from wood. They are used in song and dance in some homes at Kwanzaa time. Y is for yams. Yams are vegetables similar to potatoes. They are an important part of the African diet. Yams and other vegetables are eaten at the Karumu feast. Z is for zawadi. Zawadi means gifts. Simple gifts exchanged at Kwanzaa should be educational, cultural, or related to family values. Handmade items such as corn husk dolls, wooden cars, and quilts make special gifts. Books and games are great gifts too.
Wow, I made a lot of great connections. Thanks for teaching us more.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed learning about Kwanzaa from A to Z by reading K is for Kwanzaa, a Kwanzaa alphabet book.
Happy Kwanzaa!